Welcome back to more Foundry Early Access. My name is Nilaus and we are continuing here with our little base that we built last time in the very first episode. We focused on getting some good start that we could just slowly have the base trickle along, build us everything we needed. Well, at least the initial construction parts gets our power plant, our little hub with stuff, and that's a pretty good place to leave off the first episode. So now I'm thinking, what should be a good target for the second episode? And isn't it obvious? Well, at least to me it is. Let's see, where are you? Where are you, my friend? There you are. Explosives. Explosives indeed. We would definitely want to get some explosives, and then we want to put them into here, some explosive charge, and then we want to explode things. So today we want to make things go boom. And in order to do that, first we have to research Science Pack 2. Then we have to build the production facility for Science Pack 2 and Science Pack 1, because I only have, let's go back here, a really pathetic, useless location here that makes Science Pack 1, so we need to scale that up. And then we make the explosives, and then we'll go explode some things, because if we look at our map, well, we can't really see topology, but mountain. All of that stuff is blocked off by mountains. We need to go through the mountains. Couldn't be bothered to go above. It didn't work for the Fellowship of the Ring, so it's not going to work for us. We're going to go under the mountains and dig too deep. So, first thing we're going to do is actually, well, tear down the science once the Science Pack 2 is done. But then we also want to replicate this facility. This has 8 smelters. We are going to let's do a little bit of design work first on what we expect. So let's work on this one. We need to figure out what to expect. There we go. There was one more science. We'll just round off some of the last 3 sciences that are blue only here. Now, what is it we want to make? We want to make, this is on a 30-second cycle. This is on a 30-second cycle. So we need an equal amount. I have decided I need 5 of these. 6 of these? 5 of these. 5 of these. So they make 2 every minute, and then 5 of them, that means 10 every minute. Perfectly fine in ratio. That's going to be our science ratio. And then we'll need this one, which will be 4 or 5 of those, maybe. And we are going to need machinery parts. We're going to need techno rods. Machinery parts means more machine, what is it called? Xenoferrite and technum are the only things we need, and those are the only things we have. So with a little bit of calculation here, we can see that we are actually going to need quite a lot of smelting. We're going to be doubling the smelting for both xenoferrite and also for technum. So we're going to be building 2 more of these and 1 more on the other side for the technum. So let's get started on that. Luckily we have our hub, so we can just go down there and pick up all the things we need, and hopefully they have accumulated over time. And then we can use that as a basis for building, such as we're going to be needing a lot of that. And we're going to be needing a lot of this, actually way more than that. There we go. Oh, it's already coming in. Nice. That is, I need 8, 16, 24. I need 24. Well, there we go. That's 24-ish. And some of these, yeah, sure, all of those. And some of this, oh yeah, let's take all of those. And we definitely want at least 1 stack of that. Great. Boxes? Sure. Let's just, that one is just prepared for something later on. Splitters, I have 25 splitters. I have a little bit too many splitters. That's fine. Belts, we have 300 belts. Yeah, I don't care. We'll get 800 belts and some rampies. There we go. We'll take a stack of ramps as well. There. Good. So we got everything we need. Let's double the smelting production. A bit of scaling up has done, and we can see here we now have 1, 2, 3, 4 columns of xenoferrite smelting, and we have 1, 2 of the technum smelting. We're going to lead 1 technum that way towards the original boss, 2 xenoferrite that way as well. And then we're going to need 2 xenoferrite the other way and 1 technum that way. I don't want to build it any less than this. And I also know that I should be building somewhere else, like a giant smelting thing. But I want to wait a little bit because we can get some better tech for that. So that means I need now build a new bus. And that will be, it'll be a glorious one. It'll just hit in the opposite direction. We are constrained very much by belt speed. So having something that is like using it the other belt would not be a great idea, because it would be just constraining us in terms of throughput, and it takes a while until we have the next belts, and then everything else was not really working. And even if we have the next belt, it wouldn't even be that much better. It wouldn't be enough. So what is it we want to do? Well, if we look at our production here, we now need to make some machinery parts, and we need to make some conveyor 1 they require machinery parts, and I need to make some building blocks, which just is technum and that. And so we are going to build along the lines of what we have down here. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, yep, we're gonna take that. Okay, so that's one more out, I think. Here, right? Yes, but I don't want storage for this. This will be a machinery part. So we'll go in here and switch that to machinery parts. We're gonna need a lot of this, 130 of this. So that means 4 of those are gonna be needed. Yep. And input, 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 input. A lot of this is something we've seen before, which is nice because that means we are starting to see patterns emerge. Yeah, and a belt. Also, one of the things that I wasn't actually anticipating is how quick we can actually build in this game. And because Tectonica, we played that recently, well, somewhat recently, and it just took so long time to get the belts to do what you want. But this thing, just get it in, get it out, it actually works pretty well. There's a little bit of finicky thing with like having these sort of attached and seeing if they're pointing inwards, outwards, but you know, it's pretty good. So now what is the next thing we want to do? Then we want to build a block. This will be for science, I guess? No, that's for the science ingredients. Or is it for the green science? Let's make a blue science. Let's make blue science first, right? Let me think. No. I want to make the components first, and that one is a little bit tricky. So let's see. What is it we want here? We want... If we lose this, this is 120 per minute. There, 120 per minute. We can see that. And that is exactly enough to feed 5 machines. So we should keep this online, keep this going. But, you know, there's also a little bit in me that says, maybe we can just do 2 of those, because that would be pretty cool to have 2 of those, because I don't actually have a location that makes the building blocks. So I think we want to make sure that we have building blocks. What do we need for this building blocks? We need the rods and the gear. So I can take the machinery parts. Let's also just try to figure out what the other part, because I'm going to build it at the same place here. That will be for the belts. That is xenoferrite plates and machinery parts. So some of this is going to be the same, and that one. So I'm going to get the ingots in here. Well, so they need this belt for all of it, and then they need the plates. Yeah, okay, so machinery parts need to come in on the other side. So machinery parts need to bypass the first 2 and go into the second one. I could also drag that over here and drag it in. Let's actually do that. So that means I need... This will be input for that, and then this will be... Obviously, it's not a great way. This will be the machinery parts. There. Because then I have all inputs on this side, and then I can have the outputs exclusively on this side, which will be a lot easier, because then I can take one belt that way, and I can take the other belt that way, and they can lead into the next build. Yes, that makes sense. As always, things don't turn out the way that I planned them out, because then some things are just blocking each other. So what I did instead was I built our blue signs here. So they are chugging along blue signs, because it was much easier to get those 2 in here. Ooh, this is not fast enough. Why do I keep getting distracted? I don't know. Oh, right. Okay, so here's another one. You can press V and then shift right mouse button to copy, and then shift left mouse button to paste, and paste. There you go. That was because they didn't have any recipes. Now they do have recipes, and they should be coming up here at 160. That means this factory part here can actually consume a full belt. Now onwards to the next. This one is now consuming a lot of, let's see, that's 20 times 5, so that's 100 machinery parts. That's a lot. Then I go in here and start making the construction parts. Oh, so building blocks, and then the next 2 will be making belts and belts. Belts go out here. Also, they are also just stranded out there. So I want to make inbound here and outbound. So this should be the first belt. for the science, and the second belt for the science could be, you know, just make it this one. Why not? There. Maybe even there. And then that means we need to make the red science. And we have all the stuff for the red science now. And then make 5 of those. And that got a little bit out of hand, this one. Yeah. And then I just grab up. Let's also get this. I guess this is a perfect location inbound. And there. And all of this belt goes out. So, from up here, I am going to set a recipe. That will be the red science. Great. And then I'll do V. Shift right mouse button. Shift left, 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 and left. Good. That's a little bit of automation we have here. And this is going to be input. Yeah. Oh, input. Oh, by the way, something I always forget to say while I'm doing, because I'm so eager to just get started on my factory. I remember, by the way, if you enjoyed the first episode, if you enjoy this kind of content, this is more, I don't know, I feel that this is more educational, maybe, than some other more entertaining styles. So if you enjoyed the content, and I guess I hope you are, since you're still around, then consider hitting the like button and consider subscribing. But I know that subscribing is something you don't really do a lot. I don't need all of you to subscribe. I just need a few. I'm very close to 200,000, and it doesn't really matter if I'm at 200,000 subs or 217,000 subs, but it makes a hell of a difference between whether I'm at 199 or I'm at 200. So let's just get us to 200, and then I won't matter. It won't matter at all until we get close to the next milestone. So we got our 5 research centers, and that's exactly what we need. We don't need more than that. 5 should be good to go. And they're going to be in here, matching all of that. And that should also be enough to pick up everything. And that's an intake. So take the red ones in. Here, here, here. And obviously we can see that it's barely enough. Oh, I need to fix that immediately, otherwise I forget. Yeah. That one, and that one. There we go. We now have everything sorted. The only thing we're missing is lights. So let's put some lights out here as well. And that will be that location, and it'll be that location. Yes. Aligned all the way down. Here. Here. And here. Also on the other side. And there we go. Alright, so that was just one item. This was just a prerequisite for getting us the explosives we wanted. And explosives, that means now we can actually start researching it. 40 of this. Let's have a look at what it does. It needs, in the meantime, it needs ignium or rubble and technum or rubble. That's fine. And then some biomass. Biomass, we don't have a way to automate it, so we're going to just have all the biomass that we have put in a box and then drag it out. So we can actually start working on this. There's 3 inputs and figure out how to do that. It's on a 5-second cycle, so we'll be making 5 assemblers. Even though the research is not completely done yet, I think we can start working on it anyway. So I'm going to be starting it from here. I'm going to get 1 inbound this side. This will be the technum. And I think I'm actually just going to steal some technum from this location. And let's also make sure that this is 2, 3, 4, and 5. So this is perfectly fine. I'm going to steal it from this. Why? Because I think I'm producing a little bit more than I need. There, and that goes in. So the next one is... actually, I think I want you to be here instead. Yeah. No actual research. What are we going to research? We are definitely going to research faster belts, because that's super important. Let's see. It's not E. Okay. And then this one will just be a box of goodies. So that's unfortunately all we do about this. Here, I can't really get it anywhere better. So that is an output. Oh, we are missing lots of belts. So we need to go and grab some belts or handcraft them. Nope, we're gonna go grab some. And we just continue braiding things inbound here. Lovely. This is what I mean by that. It's sometimes a little bit finicky when it comes to just getting these balanced, but sometimes you can kind of point it into the building and it kind of helps with the direction. Good. So let's also set this up as a recipe. We have it now recipe. That must be an intermediate. Yes, explosives. And we take a step back, press V, shift right mouse button, shift left, and left. There we go. So that's all of those. Then all I need is another input on this side. That will be here. And then I'm also going to have an output on this side. That'll be... actually, I think I want the output to be closer. Why not? There. And... too far away to copy that. And that one. Yes, that's good. And then I need input belts, which I'll get from somewhere. That somewhere is probably going to be down this direction. This direction is where we have our ignium rubble, so we'll just go out here. I really should be paving it because I don't like these poor belts. Should not be out in nature. It is dangerous out here, so should not be go out here alone. But we'll just get this, and good thing we got extra belts. And where is it? It's here. Oh, look at that. Merging happily ever after. And just taking a few of these out along the way is going to help us a lot. Okay, so that is our next part coming in. Get away with you. There. And then I need to get inbounds. That is here. Intake. I just built two. Weird. Yeah, intake in the middle, and in the middle. And then the output. Yeah, and obviously it's not working because I'm not putting any of our biomass in here. So that is all the biomass, thank you. That's all we have. So all of our biomass that we've been saving up just from clearing plants, true enemy, will now go in here and be part of the process. Let's see. Is it working? Yes, it is working. So that means we now have something out in this one. What are we going to do about it? Well, I think I'm going to be taking it out here and getting it on the bus. And I'm going to raise this. It's upwards. Hey, we got the first explosives. And this will need to go on the bus because in order to make it into electronics or into whatever I need it, I am going to need add it or the explosives. Then I'm going to need it to add it to a lot of other things. And where is our... that is the last one. Yeah, let's see if that works. Hopefully it does. Yep, it has to go really far down. It has to go to the end, and infrastructure doesn't really matter. We paid the price for it. That is just our lookout tower. And before I found out that we can actually do it in a different way. So what is it now we want? We now want a building here that makes explosives. And the thing with the explosives is a little bit tricky because explosives, where are they? There, they have 4 inputs. 4 inputs is, well, more than usual. So I'm going to take xenoferrite and wire coil on one side and explosives and electronic components on the other side, because that's just the sequence they come in. So that means I'm going to take this. This is the first here, and we've done these branches before, so we'll just get that's going to be one, and that's going to be second one, and then you need to move a little bit more. Yeah. And this has to be a little bit different from usual. There. Because how am I going to get something outbound? The answer is 1, 2, 3, 4, that one, and then another 1, 2, 3, 4. That's this one. And again, copy, paste. Then I'm gonna get another inbound here. And another inbound here. And then I will then need to get, this is an outbound, and this is an outbound, and then I get inbound and inbound. So it's a little bit clunky this way, but I think it'll work. We are obviously not building it at ratio, but that's, again, it doesn't really matter. Because I'm not building at ratio, I'm not going to be having a lot of biomass, but when I come back with some biomass, I wanted to quickly jump into production, which kind of is then the metric of that. And then what are the last things? That is the electronics and the explosives. Okay, cool. So this one goes over to electronics, that's that one, and the other one goes over to the latest one here, which probably is not going to go into more things, but you never know. Maybe there are high level explosives later on or something like that. That works. And now you're going to go over here and take these out for the branch. Yeah. And that goes in, and then all I need to do is that one and that one. Did I see that correctly? Was there a stone in my city, my town, my thing here? Wow. Yeah, this also needs to expand, and now we get over to the point where, yeah, we'll need to explode it. Good thing we're building explosives then. And on this side, I'm also just gonna get 2 things inbound. So let's just build it. Inbound, 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 and inbound. I hear the clicks from this machine actually starting. The other one should be starting as well. Do you have what you need? Yes, you do. And do we have explosives? Yes, we do. And do I have a... Okay, I'm gonna need some explosives in order to... Oh, that's electronic components. Okay, that's a lot of electronics to make that exploder. Not a problem. And still no, still more. Electronic components. How many do we have? 28. Okay. Are we okay? We're okay. So that will go over in position 3. And the first explosives we get in position 4. There. So that means we can now do chop. Explode! I love that location. Well, that's a big pit. Well, I think that you're going to use this to blow a hole through the base over here. Just from here and go through down to this area, because I think there's some good things down there. And that will be just a little bit of a project for all of our explosives. Meanwhile, somewhere deep inside the mountain, I'm just continuing my little journey here. Oh, perfectly timed, isn't it? I ran out of materials just as I need to go back. I was not actually planning on that, but we are exploding. And I'm just going to bring up the UI again because I was just enjoying that. Okay, so let's actually see where we are on the map. I'm down here, and we found a new ferrite ore, and if we can go through the mountain, maybe come out of here, I don't know, or maybe we'll go to each of the sides, or maybe we'll start from the other side as well. We have some technomore. If we can combine this and this into some big smelting area, that would be absolutely phenomenal. Now, we are coming to the end of this episode, and I hope you have enjoyed this episode and learned a few things. Maybe got some inspiration for how to do builds. Maybe got some inspiration about what not to do in terms of your own builds. That's also perfectly fine. Remember, I'll be streaming this on Twitch. I'm streaming this on Sunday, twitch.tv/Nilaus at 8 p.m. Central European Time. I'm also going to continue the series here on YouTube if there is any continued interest. So leave the like, comment below, and then I will know that if there is an interest in this. So here we have what we built today. It's a pretty decent build, I think, for this episode, and also all of this smelting and the explosives as well. Cool. Thank you very much for watching. Until next time, take care, and as always, stay effective.